Hello all. My first thought before I started watching episode 5 of Agatha All Along was, we've got 4 more to sit through. Once again, it was naff. Don't get me wrong, it's not offensively bad like Secret Invasion, it's just so lackluster. It lacks any entertainment value, with one of the few noticeable jokes so badly delivered, even Kamala wouldn't laugh. There's a lot of dead space and filler in this episode, with one part, an Evil Dead homage, which may have had some potential in better hands, but was rushed and dumb. So, on to the toad in the road, and spoilers ahead. It opens with Lillian having a vision of the 7 arriving on the road. They're moving in that stereotypical way so often copied from Kayako in The Grudge, with no real understanding about what made that creepy. The light in the beginning is also really bad. It's so gloomy and unclear. Not something I've noticed previously. The middle-aged women panic, and teen suggests brooms, which is apparently offensive, and we get a speech as they make them. Oddly, I'm sure it's rhetoric I've heard before. Something I've previously alluded to as well, but it hadn't really coalesced in my mind. They're just copying other people's ideas. This show is ripe with tropes ripped from other content. It may be an homage and it may be a nod, but it feels more like lazy writing, because they're not doing anything new with them. Anyway, they're making brooms, one of the 7 attacks. Why just one when they travel together? Because the story said so, and this great threat is dispatched with a smack to the head with a lump of wood. No, seriously. They fly off in an overlong scene before the road drags them back down and they fly through another of the 7 who turns into bugs. Tell me, why are the 7 such a threat? So far, they've been entirely ineffectual. They arrive at a new house and are transformed into 80s Cabin in the Woods movie characters. A Ouija board makes itself known, and it turns out that whilst Lillian is the psychic, Agatha can talk to the dead. So this is her trial. There then follows a self-indulgent and deeply unfunny skit, where Agatha pretends to be possessed by Mrs. Hart, or Sharon, as she's probably better known. It really was painful to watch, Hans hamming it up again. Next time it works for real. It spells out punish Agatha, and Potion Witch is all gung-ho for it, but Agatha disappears and reappears possessed like a bargain basement Evil Dead demon. She attacks them, but Lilia turns on the light, because apparently that stops possession, or something. Kind of a shame that Ash didn't try that before going for the chainsaw.
Groovy.
Agatha had been possessed by her mother, who, now revealed, talks about Agatha being born evil, and again we have a poor Agatha moment. She tells the rest of the witches they can go, but Agatha has to stay behind. They're cool with it, Teen not so much, and as Mummy starts to repossess Agatha, Alice blasts her out. But as we know, Agatha drains witches who use their powers on her, so she does just that to Alice, killing her. And only stopping when Teen evokes her son Nicholas Scratch's name, and you hear the child's voice. Teen is distraught, the others not overly shocked, and apparently that's it. That's the trial over. What trial? You could argue that hearing a child's voice is punishment, I guess, but it's about as inconsistent as the last one. Back on the road, there's a weird scene between Agatha and Teen, where she says she didn't do it on purpose, then kind of infers she did with an evil grin, and tells him he's just like his mother, then starts goading him. His hands start to glow right before Lillian and Jennifer, now controlled by Teen, grab Agatha and throw her off the road to be swallowed by the earth. Wiccan, because that's who he is, then blasts them off the road and they're also swallowed. And that's where it ends. What the hell was all that about? And where was Rio in all that? She was so protective in the house. Now she's absent. Very odd. Honestly, I just don't get what they're trying to do with this show, or Agatha's character. She's all over the place. Evil, not evil, compassionate, callous, a victim, a killer. But whatever, she's wholly unlikable. I'm sure they're going for the redemption arc, as if that makes any sense. Unfortunately, the others are still nothing much, and Teen has degenerated into a bland sidekick with one-dimensional outbursts that have no weight and are quickly forgotten. Not to mention that once again, there's no morality in the show. They're all bad at different levels. Teen's descent started last week, and here, right after yelling about not wanting to hurt people, he mind-controlled Jennifer and Lillian to kill Agatha, then blast them off the road, apparently killing them too. Now I say apparently because we've seen the trailer and we know they aren't dead. Did the Seven sing the song? Because that's something I'd like to have heard. And why aren't they having to do the trials? How do they appear in the middle of the road? And I'm sorry to say, for all the set designers' efforts, this show is completely devoid of atmosphere. I recently saw someone post that the writing of the show was more complex than Breaking Bad. And he wasn't being sarcastic. You know, I've said many times before, it's fine if you like something that's crap. But that's just delusional. This show has all the complexity of a Saturday morning cartoon and not a good one. It really is that immature. But like a girl wearing her mother's clothes, it's pretending to be all grown up by dressing itself up in the illusion of mature content. It's vacuous, schizophrenic tosh. And the only thing that's likely to be remembered is that song, which I have to admit is catchy. But it will probably only be remembered because someone else with a following on YouTube will do a cover. So are you playing horror film rip-off bingo or enjoying the references? Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video. Until next week's offering, peace out.